Hello.
Can you hear me? Yes, you can then, apparently.
I can hear you.
Excellent. I just sent the link to Matt. Apparently, we are Facebook friends.
Okay. I was going to say, I didn't know who'd really be around since it was so late. And he said, he was around. So I was like, yeah, sure. That's amazing.
Yeah. All right. Very good. So hopefully he'll join us here momentarily.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. So that was very fun to watch. I believe he's here. Let me add him in.
Hey.
Yeah. All right, Matt.
Hey.
Yeah, all right, Matt.
How's it going? Am I coming through?
Yeah, I hear an echo on someone's end.
Yeah, I hear an echo.
I had to mute my TV. Sorry.
That's probably it.
All good.
Yeah. I actually hooked up my laptop to the TV night, so it was perfect time to watch it.
Good.
Very good.
I just watched on my phone. I gotta update my laptop and all that. My laptop from 2007. My other computer's not hooked up to the internet, and it's a big computer desktop, so it's like no Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
so I'm like
making movies, but that's all right.
Yeah.
All right, so we just watched Bathtub Shark Attack, and now I'm joined by the filmmaker herself, Madeline Deering. Hello.
Hello. Drinking land shark for the occasion. I don't know how well you can see it. Land shark, yeah.
I've got a
occasion.
I've got nothing shark related, but
that's okay. Pineapple is tropical enough to be shark related.
And Matt Cannon, now you were in charge of the music.
I did the score work for the majority of it. There was another band that did the music for the rock stuff.
Oh, sweet. Well, the score is great. I had that, not just because you're here. I had that in my notes when we first started watching it.
Oh, awesome. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Really do.
You know, Madeline, I really, not just here. I love this movie. It was so fun. It's really fun to watch with people. I can imagine it's great with an audience. And, going in, I had, certain expectations, but it becomes a much different movie than I ever expected it to be.
Good. That's what we want. So was that the first time you watched it when we just watched it?
Yeah, I thought I was going to watch it before, but I thought it'd be more fun to watch for the first time with everybody.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So I didn't know at first when people kept saying praise Dakawaka. I was like, I don't know what this is, but I'm sure I'll find out.
Yes. That's became a kind of, inside joke with the movie and everything, obviously, because it's about a shark god named Dakawaka, which is loosely based on the shark god they worshipped in Fiji. So Dakawaka is like a real shark god. It's not something I made up.
So it is based on a true story, like I asked.
Somewhat.
Yeah. You can add that in there. Yeah. I know you love shark movies.
I do.
Bad shark movies, mostly.
Yes.
So how long, were you thinking about making your own shark movie?
Well, it's funny because actually I went to film school and graduated in 2011, worked on some other projects, kind of took a little break, and then 2018, I was moved in with a new roommate, and I was like, yeah, I really want to make a movie, and I was like, I love shark movies, I was obsessed with Sharknado, I love Sharknado. So I was like, well, I went through some different ideas for scripts and stuff, and I said, we're just going to do a short film called Bathtub Shark Attack. Actually, I went to the first Gross Fest, and which was a convention in Pittsburgh, and I got a table there, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to promote this short film I'm doing, and I kind of just fell apart. But then I did Spirit Animal, because I was like, well, my short film fell apart. Let me try to make a feature film. But
that's the next logical step, right?
Yeah. But, it was just a slasher movie filmed with friends in the woods and everything. And after that, it was kind of time to make this into a feature, especially when Sean Donahue messaged me and he said he had a shark prop he didn't use for his movie. He was going to do Toilet Shark because the shark prop is made by Marcus Cook, and it was made for Sean Donahue's movie, which didn't get, funded. And I was like, well, no, I have to make this movie. So long story short, this movie's been on my mind since 2018 or so. So it was a long road. And it was before, I think shark movies really blew up. I mean, after Sharknado they did, but now you got everyone making them. So
I was trying to put together some trailers. Like I was trying to get all eras, but like all the fun ones I was finding, I was like, oh, these are all from like the last couple of years. Let me try to find some older ones. So.
Like, and half of them are probably Mark Polonia shark movies.
Now,
Cruel Jaws.
What was that? Sorry, Matt.
Oh no, I was just saying the Cruel Jaws trailer is great. That's one of the few shark movies I actually do own. I apologize.
I love Cruel Jaws. I think it's amazing.
It's awesome. It's really fun.
So much fun.
Yeah, you got some good selections tonight, Neal.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun to put together. I didn't know it was going to go quite so long. But hopefully people enjoyed watching.
Oh, I loved it.
I enjoyed watching all the shark trailers.
I did too. So once you saw that the prop from Toilet Shark, did that help? Like, because did you have an idea of what your shark movie would be until you saw that?
Yeah, because again, we had like a little script and everything. Like the shark, sex and stuff was kind of already in there. But after I saw the shark prop and Sean was like, yeah, the shark had his penis. I was like, well, no, we definitely have to utilize that. Definitely. So yeah, I already had a lot of ideas. Like, it was a lot of ideas I've had for years, and I just kind of put it together for this movie. So yeah, I basically had an idea. A lot of turning the short film into a feature was just adding a lot of the neighbors and side characters and stuff. And kind of expanding on the two main, or, the love triangle of the three main characters.
I think the cult aspect and how weird it gets and stuff. I think it works in your favor that there's so many shark movies the last few years, because it's almost like a subversive movie within this like weird sub.
Thank you.
Films. People go and think, oh, we'll just see a fun shark here and there, and they're like, oh no, this is a much different movie than I'm expecting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm basically part of the shark cult anyway, so.
How did you get involved, Matt?
I worked with Maddie before on Spirit Animal, so it was just kind of inevitable, I think, that she would eventually reach out to me for this movie. And you were talking about this for a while too, Maddie.
Yeah,
and
2018.
So she came to me and asked me about what I wanted to do, and I asked her what she wanted me to do, and it's kind of just it just developed from there. We just kept talking, sharing music back and forth, and we talked about influences and things that we wanted, and we met on pretty much the same page, and it was great experience. Yeah. So much fun to work on.
Were you guys like on the same page right away, Madeline? Like when his ideas, or how did they?
Pretty much. Yeah.
You can be honest, Maddie. It's okay.
Well, no, pretty much. I mean, we talked a lot about Rosemary's Baby was actually a big influence, but just kind of weird because it's like a shark movie. But I like the idea of like, it takes place in one apartment building, and you have the shark impregnating her. So it's like a and the cult
dream. This is really happening. Yeah.
Rosemary's Baby was a big influence, and also like Amityville Horror, which Matt, you asked me about that one line, which actually I never made that connection till now. But the like Amityville 2 always creeped me out, and I always loved that, and it was a lot of that type of stuff.
Well, it's funny when you guys said Rosemary's Baby, the main theme of this film, it definitely takes from Rosemary's Baby, the kind of like gentle lullaby-ish kind of song, and it does reappear again at the bath scene when she's having sex with the shark. I just thought it was like that perfect like romance.
It's a very romantic scene. Yeah.
Very romantic scene. Yeah, but it works. It works. It's just there's so much stuff that that this movie is so insane. I think watching it over and over again, it just gets so much better. So much better.
Right.
I'm just proud. You're welcome. I'm just proud to be along the ride for this thing.
Yeah, I had a great time. Matt Skinner, Jaws was the first horror movie I ever saw when I was way too young and didn't want to get in the tub after. So as soon as I heard about this movie, I lost my mind.
Yeah, Matt was one of our first our first like really big promoter, and like Matt Skinner, he's amazing. So is Charlie Skinner, amazing people. Honestly, I don't think I would have raised the budget without them, but yeah,
great guy.
I mean, yeah, and that's kind of what inspired the movie too. It's like what's people's biggest irrational childhood fear, and that's like a shark in the bathtub if they watched Jaws when they were younger.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when I moved into a new apartment, I just had like, what do I have at my disposal? I just want to shoot something, and I was obsessed with sharks. And I was like, shark in a bathtub. And of course, that didn't happen originally, but happened, when I was ready to make it, when I realized it was a bigger project than I thought it was going to be.
My co-host on the live Thursday shows, Annabelle, she said that she had the same fear when she was a kid. So when I was telling her we were showing this movie, she's like, I don't think I can watch this.
But the shark like travels through the pipes. Right. So it's not just, I mean, one of my proudest moments of the movie is when it comes through a fucking bar tap. I mean, I think that's hilarious. It seems that makes me laugh so hard.
Remember, this is based on a true story, everybody. That's all happened.
Dave from the grave. What was the VJ made of? How was the visual effects accomplished?
The VJ, the vagina?
Yeah, the vagina at the end, yes.
Yeah.
Not to spoil the movie, but we all just watch it.
So what's funny is I mean, that was always in the script to have a shark baby born. But I needed a severed dick. And I went to, James Bell's website, and I love James Bell's work and everything. I've been a fan for years. I met him at Cinema Wasteland a few times, but I ordered, a prop penis, and I was looking through his site, and I was like, "There's a vagina." I'm like, "I'm sure we can use this for something." Like, it kind of originally was just supposed to be like a POV shot from inside the vagina, which we didn't even use this shot, by the way, of the shark coming towards it when it eats her out in the bathtub. This is such a weird thing to talk about, like Facebook or whatever. It's gonna flag me, come after me. But instead, we kind of use it for the shark being born. But yeah, James Bell made that. If you're familiar with the work, and if not, check it out. He's made a lot of great stuff. He's Michigan-based, really awesome dude.
Yeah, he's also a musician too, from what I understand.
I didn't know he was a musician somehow.
Yeah, he does like stuff with modular synthesizers and stuff like that. He's a multi-talented dude, but yeah, his effects work is insane.
I've always loved his effects work. It's got a very unique look to it, and I absolutely adore everything he's a part of. He always works on like Nathan Rumler's movies, like Amityville Vibrator and all that.
Yep.
Really talented guy.
Matt says, I bet this is the first movie I ever watched with a credit for the guy who made the fake penis and vagina.
Yeah, well, and James probably doesn't even know he was like, credited, but I mean, he made this stuff. I wanted to credit him, and I thought that was fair. So when I see him at Wasteland, I'll give him a copy.
Lots of people in the chat brought up the Bacon song. They were big fans.
Yeah, they always talk about Chad having a band played by Ben Deedles, and Ben Deedles is in a band. I wish I could tell you the name of his band. So sorry, Ben. I don't know the name of your band. But we just kind of. I know. I just kind of told him, hey, if you can come up with something, whatever. And he came up with that, and it was absolutely hilarious. Not scripted or anything. Very random. He just came up with it, and it was absolutely hilarious. Ben is a hilarious guy, amazing actor. And if anyone can work with him, can't recommend him enough.
I agree with that.
David brought up that the apartment apparently looks like his, and so he was asking about the wallpaper, and you had mentioned finding an apartment. You just found it as is, but how about were they cool with like? Did you explain what the movie would be?
So this is really funny, actually. Like I was posting, I think, casting calls and stuff, and I was just gonna film in my own apartment. Whatever, rearrange. I wasn't planning on going anywhere, and this guy messaged me and was like, "Hey, you need a place to film," and I was like, well, and then he sent me pictures. And I was like, "Holy shit, this place looks perfect! It's like right out of the, 80s, 70s, whatever." So we went and met the guy, and it was a whole building. I had everything we needed. There was a bar on the bottom, which I guess closed in like 2020. I mean, I guess after the pandemic or before, whatever. And there were all these like old apartments on top. It was like 4 floors. Matt, I wish you could have seen the building. It was amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah. And had everything we needed. And there was like legitimately no set dressing other than like hanging the shark painting. I have that above me, by the way.
No, very. I love it.
That's gone. That's cool as hell.
And it was just. So we had to do it, and it was a little expensive. And that was most of our budget, renting that place out. And actually, whenever we were shooting at the bar and all those bar scenes were shot there, we had people walking in thinking we were open. Thinking, "Oh, I used to go to this place. You're, wanting a beer."
Finally, yeah.
There was no beer in the fridge from when they closed, so that was like 2 years ago. And all the and the basement stuff, it was all shot there except for the scenes in the party, which were shot in my apartment. But really, we just got lucky, and it was everything I wanted. Kitchen, everything was pretty much there. So really, not much set dressing. It was just like exactly what I wanted.
Do you know if he saw the movie since you finished it?
I don't think so. I have to send them a copy.
Yeah.
And they didn't ask for much. They just wanted their money.
Right. So, Matt, you said you've watched it many times. So what did you think the first time you saw Bathtub Shark Attack?
The first time I watched it, I was a little blown away. Shocked for a couple scenes, but a really like I read the script and I knew what I was in for, but like just seeing it visually, it was just a completely different feel, and I loved it. I mean, the first time I watched it, I loved it. But I had to work on it like almost every day. So the more and more I worked on it, the more or less insane it seemed to me. But like now watching it again at this viewing here, and like it gets better and better, like as a whole. But the first time I watched it, I definitely felt it was pretty insane. Mm-hmm. But I knew this was something special. Like I knew Maddie made something that nobody was doing with the shark genre, at least as far as what I've seen.
Yeah, I agree 100%. So Madeline, the first time you saw it with people, what was that experience like?
Oh, it was great. I was a little nervous at the premiere. My parents were there, and I was like, I don't know how they're going to feel about this last scene. I remember the shark sex, stuff like that. I was a little nervous what people would think, but everyone laughed in the right spots. No one seemed offended by anything they said. People generally said it's so goofy and ridiculous. You can't like be offended by the shark having sex and everything.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. Because I was afraid people might find it to be a bit too much, but people laughed and had fun. Actually, we had a screening in my hometown recently, and my first grade teacher was there, and I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be ridiculous. Apparently she was laughing the whole time, having fun. I'm like, oh my god. Yeah. So I'm always a little nervous. What?
She's like, I taught you well.
I know, right?
All those shark books that we've read.
Taught me how I guess I don't even know.
I don't know either.
Babies are made.
Yeah. Oh god.
People seem to enjoy it and not be offended or anything. They just seem to enjoy it, and that's good. So I'm always a little bit nervous when someone new watches it, of course. And I know the content's a bit more extreme than Spirit Animal was, which still had, the gore and comedy, whatever. But this is like takes it a few steps further, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So, but it's great to watch with an audience, you know, and hearing people laugh at the right times and everything. And you know, it's not going to be for everyone, but overall, people have seemed to enjoy it so far. So it's been a good experience.
Where does it? Is it released now? Is there a physical release?
So I sold some DVDs at Gross Fest, which was a convention, and I still have some, but I'm trying to get my Indiegogo stuff ready to go out first before I'm gonna sell regular copies.
And do you have plans or for it to be streaming somewhere? Or
I definitely want to get it streaming. I've had some distributors contact me. I'm just not 100% sure yet, but I'd like to get it on Tubi and such eventually. For sure. They have so many other shitty shark movies. I hope they'll enjoy this one.
Yeah. And some good ones like Bad CGI Sharks, which I was glad to
see. Bad CGI Sharks is absolutely fantastic. One of the best.
Yeah. And it was cool to see all the names, you know, a lot of people I knew involved in the crowdfunding. Yeah. And what's that experience like? You know, so you have the crowdfunding out. You don't know if, you know, people are going to be interested, and you get so many people, you know, interested in and wanting you to make this movie.
Yeah, it was weird because, you know, doing my first crowdfunding, I just funded Spirit Animal by myself. So doing my first crowdfunding was really scary because I was like, oh, are people, you know, whatever. And we put together a video and everything. And, you know, again, Matt Skinner, I hope he's watching now.
He is.
If he is, I love you, Matt. And I don't think I could have done it without you. He gave me a lot of tips and everything and spread the word. You know, people really seem to love spirit animals, so they've really attached to this idea. So you got like the shark lovers, the spirit animal lovers, shot on video people. I mean, a good mix of people and people who just believed in the project, which meant a lot to me. And, you know, they knew we had made a movie on no money before, and they knew, you know, they trusted us to give them something good. So I just hope everyone's, you know, satisfied with what we deliver and everything. But it was scary, you know, and I wasn't sure we were going to make our goal and all that. It's hard and it's stressful. Which, if we didn't make our goal, you know, we would have made it anyway. But we exceeded it, and it was crazy.
Yeah, then you also know there's an audience there that want to see it.
Exactly.
For sure.
Yeah, I know. Between, you know, posting about Barbie, Matt talks a lot about, you know, independent horror films.
Yeah. Matt actually got me a early birthday gift, an AMC gift card, so I can see Barbie. So now I have to see it.
I really liked it. I watch whack stuff like Bathtub Shark Attack, but I also like a lot of big movies. Although Barbie is a very weird movie. Which makes me like it even more, that it's like this big budget movie about something that everyone knows, and they made something so bizarre with it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it, and I'm going to see Sharknado next week, and that was what I was most excited about in the mag. Got to see my shark movies first, but Barbie will be next.
Right. I'm not sure you guys know, but I think the guy who directed Barbie movie wrote the movie Bottle Rocket, which was Wes Anderson's.
Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Noah Baumbach, I think that's his name, right? Did Squid and the Whale and all that. Yeah, so it's a pretty wild like move to go from like that to doing Barbie.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. I've never seen Squid and the Whale, but I love Bottle Rocket. And I love Wes Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. Check them out.
Yeah, Matt says Bathtub Shark Attack instantly stands out from the other low-budget shark movies because it's about a bathtub shark attack.
Yes, it does. Actually, when we were doing it, I was afraid it didn't have enough bathtub shark attacks. Because, you know, you got the shark, and one of my favorite scenes coming through the washer. That's one of my favorite kills. It might still be my favorite kill. I don't know. They're the bar tap. I love those.
Well, since we're on the station of decapitation, I have to like the decapitation, but they were all
which decapitation?
The one near the end where the guy's when he's really just
Chad gets his head bit off.
Yeah.
when he's looking in the tub talking about his how long it dangles. He's hilarious. You just let him go. Hilarious, dude. Great guy.
How about getting Lynn involved, Lynn Lowry?
So, really funny. She like messaged me a while ago, like a good while ago. Just asked me if I had any projects, and I had this one called Alan. That's like my dream project. I hope to do that next. And I sent her the script for it, and she was totally into it, loved it, wanted to do it, and that just kind of didn't happen. And I met her at Tampa Bay Screams. When would that have been? 2021? I don't even know anymore. What is time? So I met her at Tampa Bay Screams, and we got talking about Bathtub Shark Attack and everything, and she liked the script. She wanted to do it, and she was actually already in town filming Wolf Hollow. Wolf Hollow is also a very good, fun werewolf movie if you've ever seen it, so check it out. Also made in Pittsburgh. So she was already here filming it. We were able to get her from where she was filming that and film her scenes before she went back. So it really worked out well. Lynn was great to work with. She liked the script. She actually said she liked the movie, she told me recently.
Oh,
so
cool.
I was a little nervous.
Awesome.
Yeah, you never know. Like, yeah.
Yeah. And said she loved to work with us again.
You don't want him to get back, like, what the hell did I get myself into?
Yeah, because I mean, it's almost funny. We got Lynn Lowry to shoot a shot on video, and I mean shot on video. We did shoot this on VHS, like the type of camcorder your dad would have on vacation at Disney World back in the day. You know, like this camcorder was from like 1989 or 1990, and it's a shitty shark movie, and you know she liked the movie, and everything worked out, and it's just kind of funny. And one of the funniest things is that we had Tim Gross acting with her, and he had this like plunger, and he had to put it over her face, you know, to kill her, as you see in the movie. And I don't know why putting a plunger on Lynn Lowry's face to kill her is so funny, but it's just like. But she was awesome to work with. I love Lynn.
Yeah, that makes me.
I have nothing but good things to say about Lynn Lowry.
Yeah. Matt, you brought up in the chat that you tried calling the number and you got a mattress company. I don't know if there's any
that was just a joke.
Did you actually try to call
a pizza number? I think it's some lawyer firm or something. So
we should. Do we have the number? Can we try calling it and see what happens? Or
I mean,
have it handy?
What the Pastor Joel number?
Yeah, it's an actual. Is it numbered out like for like a real 1-800 number? Because I can't remember. What was it? 1-800.
1-800-14-ANGEL. That's 1-800.
Is that
14-ANGEL?
Yeah.
I'm on my phone. I'm streaming on my phone now.
Yeah, I'm on my phone too. Neal, can you
do it?
Use the power of music.
Excuse my wife's phone's actually going up. My wife's phone's going
off. It just says call ended.
We'll have to try this another time.
Yeah.
But I think it was 1-800-14-ANGEL, and one of my actor who did Pastor Joel, I think, came up with that.
I just tried it, but it's not going through. Maybe they're sick of it. They're like, enough of you guys.
I know. And actually, fun fact, like people would think that Pastor Joel was named after Joel Osteen, but it's actually named after Joel Wynkoop, who, if you're familiar with his work. And I met Joel on Tampa Bay Screams. Joel is one of the nicest people. Him and his wife, Kathy. I love them to death. And Joel was like, oh, we named a character after you in our movie. And I was like, well, now I got to name a character after you and Pastor Joel just. So, yeah, Joel Wynkoop.
So, where can people follow Bathtub Shark Attack to see where it goes?
We have a Facebook page. You can look up Bathtub Shark Attack on Facebook, or Necro Shark Films, or myself, Madeline Deering, or Matt Cannon, if you want a composer. But
if they would like to get in contact with Matt, Matt, and is this something you do normally? I'm sorry if I don't know. if people would be interested in, like, I want Matt Cannon to do my music.
Yeah, I'm mostly on Facebook as just Matt Cannon, but I go under Matt Lapsus Cannon on Instagram. But yeah, I do this stuff whenever people need it. I'm for my full-time gig, I'm a mailman, but at night I'm a composer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say no one wants a content about being a mailman, but maybe they do. But if they
Yeah,
would
maybe
like
they
to,
do.
yeah, I don't want to put you out if people are.
No, that'll be a totally different phone call conversation. But
Matt Skinner in the chat. I wrote down a lot of quotes, but today I watched Unicorn have sex with a woman from Kara's Hell. Unicorn having sex with a man, and now a shark and a woman. Indie horror at its best.
Yes. And Carousel is amazing. Also, I know Steve. Steve's a good friend, and I'm a huge fan. And I can't
I've not
see
seen
Carousel.
it, but based on that quote, and I also saw Matt posting a lot of stills, I need to see this movie.
Yeah, it's on Tubi. Carousel's really fun.
Tubi has a lot of good stuff. They have a lot of bad stuff too, but they have a lot of cool stuff.
Well, yeah. You never know what you're getting yourself into when you go on Tubi.
That's the closest to like the old day video store, I think, online. You know, as far as a streaming site goes.
It's a really good way.
You don't know what you can find, but it's a little hard to navigate and just look around, but you can find a lot of cool stuff.
Definitely.
It's very true.
Hotel Broslin. That's from Basket Case, right?
Yes. Yeah. And I'm glad people call it that. Like the Broslin Apartments was 100% a reference to Basket Case, because that was another movie. Actually, Slum City is another one. Like, I was really into movies that just took place in one apartment building, and Basket Case was always a huge inspiration to me. So I kind of wanted that like sleazy type of, pay as you go. People don't stay too long; they go, come and go, type of feel. So Basket Case was a huge inspiration.
That's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah,
I always mention do I think Taxi Driver is better than Basket Case, or it doesn't matter. They both entertain me.
They're both amazing.
So, right.
They both exist in the same universe, I think.
Yeah, there's something about those New York movies of the era too that have this.
For sure.
100%. Yeah.
So I loved the movie. Honestly,
that means a lot to me.
And what you said, Alan? What is this about that this movie would like to make?
I can't say too much because it's
fair enough.
It's like a big mystery type movie. It's based on a short film I did in film school, and it's like a really twisted romance horror movie, and actually very inspired by the main character is very inspired by Travis Bickle and Taxi Driver. So it's funny you mention that.
Oh, sweet.
So
that's interested.
Yeah, whenever I would talk to anyone about the main character, I'd be like, I think Travis Bickle meets. I usually have someone else, but I can't even think right now. So yeah, Taxi Driver is actually one of my favorites. So kind of that.
Great movie.
Kind of that feel, gritty feel. I'd like to do that one next, and it's gonna be better. Disco Death. I don't know which one's going to pop up first. So we'll see.
Well, that's very exciting. Bathtub. I mentioned this, and it's true. I keep a list of my favorite movies because we do at the end of the year, we always do, or the beginning of the year, our favorite movies the year before. And then the first couple times we did it, it's like I have to try to remember what I saw and if it actually came out within the year. So I started keeping a list, and Bathtub Shark Attack is being added to my list.
That means a lot.
So it'll be in the top. Yeah, I really liked it a lot. It's awesome.
It's a lot.
What was your favorite scene, Neal?
Well, honestly, I like the whole thing, but once things start going just really crazy, like then I just really love the movie. Once there's like a cult, and from there on, like I like the whole thing, but from there on, it became like a totally different movie than I was expecting, and I was like, oh, this is really something different, and I really loved it.
And what were you expecting?
I was I was expecting like a weed, a lot of those shark movies where they're fun, but it's like I I knew it wasn't a CG shark because I knew it was the
Yeah.
puppet. But I just expected it would be like a fun movie with the shark pops up out of the bathtub, and that'd be fine. But I didn't expect it to go down to completely like the cult and the shark sex and giving birth to baby, and that really makes it special for me, which makes me a weird guy, I guess. But
no. And I think the movie has a lot of layers.
Yeah.
Like, I think it has more to say. Like, I told Matt this, like, it's really about, a love triangle about someone who's just unhappy with their life and looking for a way out, and they find a way out. Of course, that has to do with someone who's part of a drug cult, but, they feel trapped in this relationship and they're looking for a way out. And I don't know. It's about love and being unhappy with your life and figuring things out and whatever. It's about a lot of things.
I think there's so much I don't want to interrupt you guys. I think that between a lot of these movies that, the shark films that are coming out, the relationship that you guys have between Ben and Ruby, it's, in my opinion, one of the best, like, relationships in a film I've seen in a long time. And just like the way they talk to each other, it, like, you could feel that the thing you're talking about, Maddie, the kind of like her searching back and forth, and then of course Ben's character is completely like desperate and pathetic, and just like their contrast. I just love the characterizations between the two, and that really like held the glue together for me watching that.
Sometimes the low budget monster movies that pop up, like it's really about the monster and it looks cool and it's fun or something. You don't really even care about the characters, but if you actually are invested in the characters, then it makes the movie. When things start happening.
I agree. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You made a great movie. Plus, you have Dingo Pizza and
always
cool
need Dingo.
The score adds a lot. Yeah, it all works.
Thank you.
By the way, the painting above you, where was that something you had before?
So actually, and I don't even think I give him a shout out. Our amazing cinematographer, editor, he helped with special effects along with Angel O'Connor, but Joseph Ruscio, he painted that shark painting. He's multi-talented, most talented person I know. I'm so happy to work with him. But he painted, because I wanted a creepy shark painting, and originally in the script, like, it was supposed to have cheesy glowing red eyes or whatever. But obviously we didn't roll with that because it wasn't necessary. But he painted me that, and I was like, holy shit, that's amazing. Like, I didn't, multi-talented guy. But he painted that for me, yeah. And he did all the cinematography, he edited it, he did a lot of the lighting and everything. Like, very talented guy.
Very cool. And I'm glad. I know, like, it's cool to have stuff in the campaign because it's cool. People can own stuff from the movie. But I'm actually glad that you kept it because I think that
me too.
It's special too.
Yeah.
We had like a spooky shark drawing, but that's actually like the drawing she's making in the movie. And I was glad I didn't put that shark painting as a perk.
Yeah.
Because I thought about it, but I was like, oh, we'll just do, like the drawing she's drawing. So, which were also most were drawn by Joe and some were drawn by Ruby, our lead actress.
I think the painting should make not like focus on it, but it should be in the background.
It'll be in the next movie.
I agree with that, definitely.
And some type of, I like to connect my movies with just small stuff. Like, you can see, Timmy, as you know, was in Spirit Animal. He was also in Trash Removal. So Timmy's like McKenny. He dies in every movie, but just shows up like nothing ever happened.
Uh-huh.
So he has that to connect it. And we also have like Dingo Pizza and all that. And Jennifer, who plays Lisa. Like, she plays the same character along with her dog, Roxy. Love Roxy Balboa. So yeah, we have like some little Easter eggs and stuff, which I think is really cool. And
well, I like there's a lot of references to other movies, and they're just there. If you pick up on them, it's like a little added bonus, and if you don't, it doesn't. You don't have to know every movie to understand what you're watching.
Yeah.
One line that goes over. I don't even think it goes over people's heads. I think people are already laughing and miss it. But when she says, "You're gonna need a bigger Johnson," people don't seem to notice it. But I think it's because they're already laughing from like the shark already having sex. So I feel like that's a second time watch joke, or maybe it's not that funny. I don't know, but I think
I like
fun.
it. Any Jaws reference works for me. Yeah.
But yeah, so obviously there's Jaws references and
all over.
Yeah, I actually live not far away from where they filmed Jaws. I'm on Cape Cod near the islands.
Oh shit, are you? That's awesome.
That's so cool.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, they do. They have a Jaws like festival or convention there like every year, but I've never actually been to it. But yeah, I've heard it's fun.
You gotta go next year. I'm going.
That's so. Are there still pieces from the movie there, like locations?
I know there because I had the guy on who's making a documentary, but I think there was very few things left. I think that there's like a dock and stuff, but I don't think there's much of the. Oh, I know what he was doing. He was trying to recreate the ship.
Gotcha. Still really cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I don't know if he ever finished it. I had him on the show. He was doing a documentary. It was either I think it was recreating the orca or restoring the orca. I think it was recreating. I think the original one was like gone.
That's amazing. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and he had the guy involved who designed the shark. The name escapes me at the moment, but it was pretty interesting.
That's really cool.
Yeah. What was your first shark movie, Madeline, that you saw?
I think it was probably Jaws. I remember watching it on cable when I was younger, and I was kind of like, eh. And, then I watched Deep Blue Sea, and I was like, oh, this is cool. But, obviously when I was older, because when I was younger, I was just looking for shark carnage. Of course I like Deep Blue Sea more. Now, Jaws is one of my all-time favorite movies. But I do think Jaws was probably the first. And I remember recording it off the TV, on VHS when I was a kid. But yeah, the earliest shark movies I remember are Jaws and Deep Blue Sea. I was born in '88. Deep Blue Sea came out in '99. I think I remember renting the VHS. So, what about you, Matt?
Matt's was Cruel Jaws.
Actually, it was not my first one. I think I definitely, it was probably Jaws too.
Yeah,
not the number 2, but Jaws
also, right? Yeah,
but I mean, like what Deep Blue Sea was probably one of my other favorites. I love the other ones I remember seeing, but I know there's a huge shark video culture out there. I haven't even grazed the surface of it yet. You guys know way more than I would.
Honestly, some of the ones I showed I've not seen either. Some of the trailers, but I know Maddie's probably seen them all. So
I've done a podcast, Shitty Shark Show. So
yeah,
some of those I might not have even seen without it, like the Shark Hunter or whatever. Mako, Jaws of Death. I only saw because of that. Wait, what was that? Post-apocalyptic Commando Shark, which is wonderful, by the way. Yeah. It's really fun. It's really fun. So there's so many. There's a lot of great ones.
Yeah, I saw that at Buffalo Dreams Fantastic Film Festival, which is run by Greg Lamberson, who made Slime City Massacre.
Slime City.
Yeah,
a lot of
I met Greg. Great guy.
Yeah, Greg's real cool. I was hoping to go this year, but it's the same time I'm doing something else, so I can't make it.
Yeah,
I was close to meeting Greg at a film festival in Philadelphia. He was screening a movie there, and I think I just left when he arrived. And yeah, it was really an intimate place, so we actually could have had an actual conversation. But I love Slime City; it's incredible.
Slime City, well, again, an inspiration for this movie.
Yeah.
Funny enough, when I was at Rock and Shock. This was way back, probably late 2007, 2008, whatever. And I bought a copy of Slime City. I always wanted to see it. And I had the green case. And Greg, he was just selling books at the time, not even really promoting his movies or anything. He was just like, oh, hey, I think that's my movie. And that's how I met him. And he signed my copy. Super nice guy. Yeah, but it was so cool because I remember whoever I bought it from was like, oh, Greg's here. And he just stopped me. So super awesome guy. And actually, I got to see a I got to see a screening of Killer Rack at Rock and Shock as well. That was a different time, I think. Yeah, Killer Rack's great.
Yeah, I didn't know he's been to Rocket Shock because I'm in Massachusetts, so that was the first convention I went to.
Yeah, I went in like 2007, 2006, 2007, 2008, I think. If I'm not mistaken. I don't know for sure.
It's
that was the first convention I ever went to.
Oh, it was my first one too. I think the 2006 was the first one too. And the last one I went to ended up being the last Rock and Shock, which was really
sad.
Yeah.
That's how they ended it. And that was one of my favorite conventions.
Yeah, me
we
too.
were probably at the same one.
Probably, yeah, and we didn't realize it. Yeah. So, yeah, for people who don't know, so it was a horror movie convention during the day, and then at night they would do the music, and it would always be
horror horror there, and like Mushroom Head or someone, Typo Negative maybe. Bunch of bands I don't know.
But
Guar was fun.
Yeah, right. I was at the one with Guar because my friend's band opened for them, and they got like really booed because you're opening for Guar, and everyone wants to see Guar.
But... That's so cool. If I was in a band getting booed before Guar, I would be honored. I don't care.
Goddamn Zombie was their band, and they got booed.
Yeah. But it's cool.
No, it wasn't their fault. Yeah.
No.
I forget who played the last one we went to. Was it I don't know. I don't remember. But it was always something. It was always a cool band. I know the one year it was Alice Cooper and it was two people really. Oh, Alice Cooper and Rob Zombie together, which that was like
I definitely wasn't at that one.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But anyway, it's unfortunately not around anymore.
Yeah, but, it was a good time.
Yeah. But Bathtub Shark Attack is, so go and find it when you can. All right, this has been really fun.
Definitely.
It was awesome.
Sorry for keeping you up so late.
No.
Right.
It's great.
Anytime.
All right, we'll do this again sometime. We'll do it for Alan.
We have to.
For sure.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you. And congratulations on the movie. Awesome.
All right.
Sorry, Matt, I talked over you. What do you say?
I'm sorry. I'm talking to everyone else. I said thank you so much for having us. This is great.
Of course. Yeah, I'm glad you could join us.
Brutus.
It was great. It was a lot of fun.
Brutus rules.
Hi, Brutus. I love you.
So I have music to play us out for Music of the Month, Hellbender, and I put together a little, it's like credits, but I didn't know Matt was joining us. So your name's not in the credits here at the end, so I apologize.
It's fine. Thanks for having me.
I got a sick fixation, whoa, but I just can't seem to find